You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the Fresh Takes
podcast.
All right, since you want to talk about quarterbacks getting injured, let's just jump into it. Raiders, Jimmy G goes down, but the Raiders come out on top, 21-17 against the Patriots.
I mean, like you said earlier, it's the Patriots. I mean,
Is Mac Jones done? What do we think?
I
200
think he
yards,
should be
one
done.
interception, and a safety.
He needs to be done. And honestly, this Max Crosby with that safety, I mean, Max Crosby, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
Okay,
But
so then let me ask you, do you think it's on?
Cunningham time?
Do you
What's
think that it's Mac that lost that game, or do you think it's Devontae Parker who lost that game, who had the ball in his fingertips and just didn't catch it?
That sounds about right for his career, unfortunately.
I mean, it kind of goes for both.
I mean, it's a shame that him and Bourne are like the two best players on that team, and I think Parker had a touchdown, didn't he?
I think
Wish we
so.
went to Bourne. I have Bourne on my other league. He's a target machine.
I
Speaking of
picked him
targets.
up in our league, and then he had like 4 games in a row where he had like 8 points. So I was like, I don't need him.
Yeah.
But on the other
No,
side, Jacoby Myers is a target machine.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
way more targets than Adams.
Oh yeah.
And I'm shocked about it. But at the same time, Adams is already showing. I mean, he's not already because he's been there, but the frustration with Adams and the team is not
I think he gets traded by the deadline.
over two.
Baltimore.
Kansas City.
No, I think he goes to Baltimore. I think Kansas City's going to trade for Mecole back.
Ah, but who would Baltimore give up? Trade picks for him?
Just picks.
You think that's all he's worth is just picks? Nobody else?
Well, I mean, who else are you going to get to help with that, though?
I mean, I'm sure they would send Rashad Bateman.
I mean, Bateman, I think, is kind of key. If anything, I think more of Duvernay.
I can see Duvernay, yeah.
You can't get rid of Duvernay. He's the heart and soul of that team.
Zay Flowers doesn't have the heart and soul of that team.
Zay Flowers is going to be that.
I
Yeah,
know.
started.
What about Isaiah Likely?
Not likely.
There goes the Pat puns.
No, I mean, they got Mark Andrews. So they don't really need Isaiah Likely. And I don't think the Raiders have a good tight end.
No, they don't.
But I mean, like,
They got rid
else?
of their best one to the Giants, wasn't it Waller? He came from Raiders.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got rid of Waller,
Well, there was a contract dispute there.
but still, I mean,
Yeah, so I don't know. I think Adams could have a chance of being in Baltimore, but I also think honestly don't know where else he could really go that could use him. Unless he goes to the Jets to link back up with Aaron Rodgers.
Detroit.
Detroit would not be bad.
that'd be a good 1-2 combo with Golf and him.
That'd be pretty sick.
Trade Adams to the Vikings for Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
Adams and Jefferson together.
What a blockbuster trade.
that would. I don't even know who would you block on that. I mean, because you're going to try to double coverage both, but you can't do that.
You would
Yeah,
cover
that's-
Adams and pray that Jefferson and Hawkinson don't.
That'd be bad.
No, if anything, you would cover Jefferson because he's the younger one and just hope that Adams is getting up there in age, so he's like dropping passes.
Yeah, could.
But last 4:00 game, the Rams over top of the Cardinals, 26-9. The Cardinals are now 1-5. Can somebody remind me who's that one win?
Ha ha. Oh, you got jokes. You know what? that wasn't a dad joke either because that wasn't a good.
Well, Pat, you did say that the Cardinals would go 1-16 this year.
Yeah, I mean, even I'll say to Tank's credit, I did not expect that one win to be against Cowboys, but
I know. I don't think any of us did.
You also
might
said the
get
Rams were going 1-16, and they are now 3-3.
they need to lose a couple wins.
So, do you think the Cardinals are even going to bring Kyler Murray back? Do you think they care at this point?
No.
No,
I
No.
think Kyler's probably going to get traded
yeah, there's a new regime.
At the end of the season or before trade deadline?
before a deadline. Honestly, I want to say I could see that Minnesota would get rid of Cousins and Kyler would go there, but Cousins already said he is not raising his no trade clause. So I don't think that Cousins is leaving.
You know
I
what
don't
I
see
could
Cousins.
see
Go
for
ahead.
fresh starts for overpaid quarterbacks? Just to Danny Dimes for Kyler swap. What's the
I'd be
worst
all
that
right
could
with
happen?
it.
What's the worst that could
I'd
happen?
be okay with it
You would take Kyler Murray over top of Daniel Jones?
in a heartbeat.
New York Giants, you heard this, that Tim wants you to do this trade.
If Kyler can stay healthy, he's not a bad quarterback. He's way better
not,
than
but-
Daniel. And I
I'd
think
take Daniel Jones.
Kyler made magic with no-name receivers. He can do it in New York.
That's New York specialty, no name receivers.
And I
Right.
think him and Barkley like running options together. Look,
Tim, I
man.
think I just put a fantasy in Tim's head.
It is definitely something that I would rather have.
I mean, like I said, it could happen.
So, all right, how we feel? Cooper Kupp, do we think he's still the great Cooper Kupp that he is? Do we think that he's stealing targets from Puka Nacua?
No, you can't steal.
don't
Puka
think
was
he's
stealing his targets.
I don't think he's stealing them, but I do feel that, having both of them
Still,
is a 1-2 punch for the Rams.
Well,
They kinda
Puka
had to
only
even
had
out.
4 catches for 26 yards, but Cooper Kupp 7 catches, 148 yards, and 1 tutty.
yeah, 9 to 7 targets though, so only 2 target differences. He
Yeah.
just made more out of his.
It also doesn't help that they got Kyron Williams back there just running over everybody.
Right?
Maybe not for a couple weeks
I know.
now.
Yeah.
And I know the Rams are going down. Are they going to be down 2 running backs?
Yep, they'll be down to Zach Evans.
Never should have got rid of Cam Akers.
Nope.
What about old Ronnie Rivers?
Ronnie Rivers tore his PCL.
Oh, no, not Ronnie.
Yeah,
I love saying his name. Good old Ronnie Rivers.
Does it like flow off the tongue?
it's his, and for the Cowboys, Rico Dowdle. Dowd. Yeah. I don't know. Something about it. I love his name.
I think that there's just a bunch of Cowboys players who like saying their names.
Yeah, I mean like Odigizua.
Odigizua and the former great Taco Charlton.
I remember that one.
Well, as we're all having a great evening, there were some players yesterday that had quite a day. And to talk about that in our other new segment, Tim with Tim's Have a Day.
Have a day.
What's up, everybody? So, welcome to the technical first episode of Tim's Have a Day, which, if you do recall, in the last 4 videos, I have randomly blurted out in the middle of us speaking on games, have a day. Like last week, Tank and I were in the middle of talking, and I just blurted out, Zach Moss, have a day, and cut him off completely. So, just like
I remember that.
Yeah. So, just like in Tank's that catch, though, I also have 3 nominees. So up first, and boys, chime in if you would like, but up first, nominee number 1, we have Raheem Mostert. Raheem, 17 attempts, 115 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, 17 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, to go in for nominee number 2, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had an off game last week when he did not play. He came back with 12 catches, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, for my last person of have a day, Pat, you might want to plug your ears for this one. Instead of a player, we have the entire Jets defense. Jets defense had 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and beat the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. So, boys, all I can say is Jets defense, have a day.
Congratulations to the Jets defense.
Yeah. Congrats to them. Have a day. Have a day.
Jets are the first award winner on the Have a Day World Tour.
World Tour.
But unfortunately, there was one team that did not have a day.
Well,
Technically,
bring
both
it
of
to
them. Technically, both of them.
I mean,
Unfortunately, the referees helped the Bills beat the Giants 14-9.
hold on, I'm gonna act like the refs.
can we find out the name of the ref crew and tell them to have a day?
Where y'all
Referees
at? I
have a
can't see
day.
I can't see you guys. Where
So-
you at?
My biggest thing from this game, other than the fact that Darren Waller was held on the final play and there was no call, the entire fourth quarter, Saquon was running through that defense. Ball on the 1 yard line. Why did you just give it to Saquon?
I feel bad for the Giants. Because that's another team I thought they were going to be a wild card team, and they're not even living up to the potential of what they can be. And I'm sorry, personally, I feel Saquon deserved the contract that Daniel Jones got.
Flip it.
Yeah, they should definitely flipped. And I'm sorry.
I think the biggest thing from that is Daniel should have gotten one more year to prove himself. I think him coming in and looking decent with Dayball was a 1 year thing. He should have had a 1 year contract to prove that he was worth all that. And if it didn't happen, he either was gone, we get somebody else at free agency, or he signs a contract so much cheaper than what he did. And we spend that money on Saquon. At the end of the year, I don't think Saquon's going to want to come back.
No, he's not. I'm sorry, he's not.
I mean, luckily we have one more franchise tag that we can use on Saquon. But I think before the deadline, we need to trade Leonard Williams. And I think that we need to try and find a quarterback that we can get.
Do you even – because wasn't it at the beginning of the year, Saquon wasn't going to sign that franchise tag this year. So, I mean, even if you franchise tag him next year, who's to say that he's not going to really hold out and not play?
I mean, he'd get more money next year. If you get tagged twice, you get double the money.
Well, yeah, but do you see what I'm saying, though?
I don't think he would hold out, though, because we have seen what happens when running backs hold out. They're easily replaceable nowadays, and Le'Veon Bell said it himself that holding out was the dumbest thing he could have done because it ruined his career.
Yeah, this is true.
Todd Gurley held out and did not re-sign with the Falcons, and we saw what happened. He has not had a single snap since.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I will say, though, the bright thing to take away from that game is the Giants finally are figuring out the defense. The defense is finally looking good. We're finally rushing the quarterback. Yeah, I think we had like 1 sack that entire game, but we're finally putting pressure on the quarterback. Our rookie corner is actually, he like stopped Diggs all night. And the week before that, he was all over Jalen Waddle.
Now,
so I think that we're learning that our defense can play. We just got to figure out the offense.
I will say that, the Giants, at the end of the first quarter, this is the first time they were leading this whole season after 1 quarter.
Well, I mean, technically they led at the end of the fourth quarter in the Cardinals game.
They only had 2 plays on that game.
We only held it for 19 seconds. Hey, we held it against the team that you guys couldn't beat, so.
You kind of
Y'all
walked
gonna
into that one.
continue rubbing this in my face?
But hey, what I'm looking forward to is not only did Tyrod show that he can play still. So, if Daniel starts to fumble the bag, we can bring Tyrod in. But now we have the Commanders, the Raiders, the Jets, the Commanders again. We have a pretty easy schedule in front of us now. So
Yeah.
after the
it
way
now,
that we played against the Bills, who have one of the top-rated offenses, I think we can turn our season around. I don't think we're getting playoffs, but I think
Tim,
that we can 8-9.
If we come back after those 4 games and they're 1-9, I just want to see the gradual shift on your face.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be when I say this, Tim. But what if they actually? You say they're easy games right now, but what happens if they can't even do anything with those easy games?
Okay, well,
I mean,
they got the Commanders who have been struggling. They got the Jets who, unless their defense helps them, they can't do nothing on offense. The Raiders who are absolutely garbage, who are winning against bad teams. Then we have Cowboys, which that's going to hurt. We're going to get destroyed again. And then Commanders again. The Patriots, who are the god-awful team in the league right now. Packers, who still are trying to figure stuff out. And the Saints, who, again, like we said at the beginning, have been going on a downfall.
But again, we thought the Cardinals were going to be tanking this year, and look what they did to the Cowboys. They controlled the ball.
Still kind of tanking.
I'm saying they're still tanking, though.
I don't. I'm not. I'm not.
I think the Cardinals only beat the Cowboys because they thought it would be funny for America to watch.
Yeah, because it's the NFL script sometimes.
No, it's because they know that people hate the Cowboys, so they thought it would be funny. Especially because of what Dak said after the game.
I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm not. It can be done with that. They can go on a little small winning streak because they do have horrible teams. But what I'm saying is, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Look, all I'm saying is from here out, I give us 6 more wins. I think we have the Commanders. I think we have the Raiders. I think we have the Patriots, Packers, Saints, and the Commanders again. I think we could get 2 on the Commanders this year. I think that we are a solid 7-10 team going out of the end of the year.
That's a realistic projection, I think.
I'm just saying
7-10,
that every week we've been slowly getting better and we're getting healthier again. I'm sure in like 2 weeks we will have our offensive line back. So I don't know. My other biggest complaint with the Giants is why did we re-sign Sterling Shepard to sit on the bench?
He's the locker room guy, evidently. I'm not sure why he's been there for like 3 years.
Well, that's what they said. He's like the big mentor and motivator. Cool. Put him on the coaching staff then. Why waste it?
Who is he motivating?
He was motivating
clearly not the receivers.
Galladay. He was motivating Galladay, okay?
Yeah, sit on his ass. But that's my New York Giants rant of the week.
I mean, that's all I gotta say is, good luck to the Giants. Try to go for that trade that Pat put out there.
Look, I'm just saying if we could pull Kyler Murray and Marquise Brown, I know it's not going to happen, but if we could pull that, I think we'd be set. Brown. Yeah, from what I'm thinking, I think Marquise is going to the Cowboys.
I'd love that.
But all right, Hank, set it up for the last segment of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our last segment. Yes, it's been, debuted, but we're going to be debuting a preview of it, and it is called Pat's Preview of his power rankings. Take it away there, Pat.
All right. Well, as we know and as we've seen this past weekend, there were 2 unbeaten teams that are no longer unbeaten. Did that shift the power rankings up a little bit? Well, of course. Of course it did. There's a new front runner in the league. Hint, hint. May have talked about him a little bit. Also, as someone who does power rankings, I do hate to move teams when they're on a bye. I like to keep them at their spot ahead. Although this week that was a little hard because there were some teams that outperformed those that were left on a bye. So there's a new entrance into the top 10. And as for the rest of the top 10, it's more just people jumping other people. So stay tuned. And Tim, don't worry. The Giants aren't on there. Tank. Cowboys might be on there. They might not. We'll see what happens tonight.
All right, Pat, let me ask you this one question, though.
Yeah.
Who's last?
Who's in the 10th spot?
No, who's in the 32nd spot?
Oh, okay.
Who's in the 32nd spot?
Full league. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to say it's probably the Patriots.
I didn't know if you would go them or the still winless Carolina Panthers.
I
mean, the Carolina Panthers did put up a little bit of fight against Miami.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're winless. It'd probably have to be them.
Yeah, I'd probably put the Giants like 30th.
30 and a half.
Yeah. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the game show. If you didn't know, last week we didn't play the game show because Pat was not here. So we didn't want to make it unfair and have the points kind of differentiate. So, Tank, you are the host still for this one.
Still. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have the quiz show. Pat, Tim, before we get right into it, here is the clue for this week's. Since we do our recordings on Monday nights, we're going to be talking about Monday Night Football.
Oh,
is that okay with you guys?
Maybe.
I suppose.
Well, so this is Monday Night Football all together. So, I mean, it's every single Monday Night Football game except for tonight's. That's not included because they haven't played tonight. But it's from last week and all the way from the beginning of football era starting to be on Monday Night football games.
Bro, so, I'm only 24.
Who? Honestly, some of these
Pat's got a couple years on me.
I mean, I think some of them are easy.
All right.
So, question number 1. Who has the most touchdowns on a Monday Night Football non-QB?
Hey,
non-QB.
You can't keep saying the question after he chimes in.
Well, who is it?
Well, I wouldn't have done that if I would have waited for the rest of the question.
See, that's why I said you can't do that.
Monday night, most touchdowns. Yeah, I'm going with the same game. That's God. LaShawn McCoy.
So hold on. Is it in one night or all together?
All together.
Jerry Rice.
Oh, son of
Who is it?
Jerry Rice.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
We have
yeah, 2 points.
Dang it. I wish I would have clarified that too.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. How many touchdowns does Jerry Rice have?
It's looking like it's going to have to be a multiple choice.
A, 33, B, 36, C, 35, D, 31, or E, 37?
Well, I was waiting on Pat so I could try and narrow it down, but I'll just go, whichever one was 33.
So you say it's A, 33.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Let's go 36.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner there.
Damn.
I needed a point.
Question number 2. Who has intercepted the most balls on Monday Night Football?
All time still. All these are all time, but
Right.
Okay.
Y'all want choices?
I'm going to
Yeah.
just throw out Night Train Lane.
No, wrong.
feel like he
So,
has the most in like ever, so I thought that might have been him.
A, Darren Sharper. B, Everson Walls. C, Merton Hanks. D, Dick Anderson. Or E, Night Train Lane.
Yeah, these are some pretty easy questions.
Yeah. You know
Darren
what?
Sharper.
I'll just go with Darren Sharper because he's the only other one I've heard of, and it's probably not him.
The
Wrong.
hardest hitting safety in the league.
Tim, do you
I'm
have a
gonna
guess?
go with D and do Dick Anderson.
Wrong. Everson Walls.
Whoever that is.
Good job. Good job, Everson.
You won your most interception award.
Number 4. How many interceptions does Everson Walls have?
How did I know that was gonna be the question?
Ah,
How many?
7.
How many?
7.
Wrong.
12.
All right. Guesses will be A10, B9, C15, D11, or E12.
Well, we know it's not E. So D11.
Did I hear Pat Grunt though?
I think
Because I heard Tim answer, but I didn't know if Pat said anything. But
Oh,
it
no,
is
no.
answer D, 11.
Ooh.
Question number 5. In 2007, this Monday night game was called Monday Night Mutter. Who were the two teams in that game?
I swear to God, if question 6 is what was the score to that game?
Oh, God, it probably is. Monday Night Mutter,
I think I know this one.
2007.
Can I get half a point if I get one of the teams?
No.
All right, I'm gonna throw a bone out here. Was it Washington and Dallas?
Wrong.
Damn.
Pat?
I'll listen for the
I
clues
want to
here.
say that Washington's
All
one
right.
of them.
A, Steelers and Ravens. B, Dolphins and Redskins. C, Steelers and Dolphins. D, Dolphins and Jets. Or E, Steelers and Browns.
I gotta
What
wait on
was?
Pat.
I don't remember the choices. Just give me B. I don't remember the two teams.
So you're saying Dolphins and Redskins? Wrong.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins and Steelers.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
You used Dolphins in like 3 of the choices and Steelers in like 2 of the choices. So I was like, I feel like that's hinting towards it.
It was. All right. Question number 6.
I swear to God.
What was the highest scoring Monday Night Football game ever? I will give you a hint. It was in 2018.
Combined scores?
Oh, yes. What?
It
What?
was the Chiefs and the Rams.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what was the score?
It was 96 total.
Hold on. Tim has to answer. He buzzed in.
I know one
You
of
got
them
the
had
two
the Rams had 52.
I mean, I know it, but I can't. But you have the teams right. Chiefs and Rams.
I want to say Pat said that it was 96 total, so that would make me believe it's 52 to 44.
So you think it's 96 points altogether? That's the question, or that's what I'm trying to get is the total.
Oh, 90. Oh, total.
Yes.
All right, then yeah, I'll go 96.
Wrong. Pat, you have a guess?
I feel like I should get it since I knew the teams.
Was it 101?
Wrong. A, 105, a 54-51 score. B, 106, a 55-51 point. C, 102, a 57-45. D, 101, 51 to 50. or E, 109, 55, 54? Go ahead.
A.
I say
A
it's
is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Pat and I both deserve a point on that one. Pat got the
But
score, and I got the team.
I should have gotten a point for Santonio Moss.
You didn't even say the right person.
I don't care. I said the last name right.
I don't know. I think since I guessed the two teams that I should get the point there, but okay, Mr. Judge.
So we're going to go to the. There's a red flag on this challenge. No, I'm calling it penalty decline. Tim, you do win though, 4-2.
Should be 5. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you did like this new format that we are doing, we'll do it again next week. Go ahead and comment down below if you enjoyed it or not. If not, then we'll get rid of the 2 segments that we tried out. But I'm still going to say have a day to somebody every week. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget, on Sunday, I did post testing Tim's knowledge. It was, again, testing the knowledge of my co-host and their favorite football offensive players. So stay tuned to see how I did on that one. Also, if you didn't see, Tank dropped his top 10 hot dog toppings, and that is so far our most viewed video. So that's all I got. Go ahead and take it away, Pat.
Well, glizzies, the gift that keeps on getting views, you know? Suck on a couple of those dogs.
Hold up.
Yeah.
PG, Pat. PG over here.
From hot dogs to hot diggity dogs to
hot takes.
to hot takes. I'm Pat. This take was fresh.
I mean, I can get behind that kind of statement there, Pat. You can follow us on the good old X, aka Twitter, and also you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and on, of course, YouTube. Oh my gosh, you got me all flustered over here, Pat. Don't forget on YouTube to hit the subscribe button, the notification button, all of it. Shares. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, and don't forget, one of our lucky fans from YouTube will win a prize from yours truly, Tank, Tim, and Pat from the Fresh Takes podcast. But we got to hit our 100 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure we're close to 30 subscribers right now. So, you know what? Keep sharing, keep loving us, and keep subscribing. Get your friends out there, family members, anybody and everybody to know who we are. Other than that, I will see you all this Friday for yours truly, Tank's Thoughts. Other than that, Tank's signing off. Peace.
Make sure you blare it so loud in your car that your neighbors hear and question, and you put them on.
Subscribe or see me in your nightmares.